Date then. Saturday, Sunday. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What's up, everyone? New people. I am the hostess with the mostest, High Priestess Phoenix, Lilith reincarnated. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God. Again, I am Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I posted on my community page, my latest shirt, and my last live video. Let's get live. Let's get down to business. As soon as I came up, I saw Morgan. I didn't see her. I was looking up some information, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, I'm trying to solve a puzzle. What's that? I'm trying to find the origin of this derogatory word. She's like, "Oh, really? That's what we're doing this morning?" Yeah. Started a good conversation. Thought we'd get to the root of this problem and maybe try to solve it. Trying to save the world and shit. All right. What was the thing? Well, so many things came in this morning. First off, I need to teach you guys about herbs. We're going to learn about herbs, the witch's garden. I need to teach you about ancient Egypt. I have a bunch of unbelievably great cards back there. Those are just the three. Isis, Horus, and Osiris. That's my family. Okay? And then all of our stones and blah, blah, blah. Offerings and shit like that. I need to teach you about us as the gods. I teach a lot of us and different us's. So we're supposed to teach you about us, those us. Who we were when we were them. We were many things. Anyways, we are. I am the goddess. And there was other goddesses that were made from the archetype of what I am. I am. And then the gods. And so I am the goddess. They are the gods. We work together. Welcome. So I'm supposed to teach you about that. But right now I was talking with Red outside. And he said something. I don't know, we were talking about derogatory words. What? The white trash peoples? It's like, oh, I don't say that. It's like, well, I did. I say the words that people can't say. It's like, I don't let my friends or anyone use the N-word around me either. I was like, oh, I say that word too. It's like, I don't like it. And we started to dig into it, and I was like, okay, what's the feeling you get when you hear it? You know what I mean? What does it make you feel? And I was, dig into that, buddy. Find out what you feel when you hear that word. He doesn't like it from his own people or anybody. He doesn't like that word being said. His own people. That's not very nice to say. Forgive me for that one. Anyways, so I started thinking about this, and I'm like, when did it become uncomfortable? When did it become derogatory? When did this become a problem? Because there's our Negroes, and then there's that word. And I started looking it up on the internet, and I started going through all of this information, and I know this is just going to be nothing more than a trigger to the black community, but God, that's what we do here. I'm going to push your limits. I'm going to offend your ego and your way of life so that we can heal this shit. He is not the only one. The entire black culture carries a wound behind this word. From ancient times. I want to know how this word hurt them and how to take away the hurt. And I found it. Do you know where the word stems from? The Latin word black. Negra. In Spanish, referring to a black person, they call them negritos. Negra means black, just the color black. If you get a crayon, a colored set of crayons, it'll say it in Spanish and in English. Black or negro. Okay? So back in the 1600s, when they brought the slaves, they called them nothing more than black. They called them the color. Not a people. Now, what was interesting was a lot of them were from Nigeria. So how did this word come to be? Well, it became derogatory pretty quickly in the sense of they just called them by color. We have some blacks for you. They were called by color coordination. That's the color. That's the word in the English dictionary, in the Latin dictionary. Now you must understand, Latin was the the most influential language that we built language off of, was the Latin root. And I'm always joking because when I have to pull out these cards, they like have Latin invocations. I'm like, how good's your Latin? We're watered down from that, and that's where we have all of these, tongues, the ancient tongues. That goes back to like Hebrew and Sanskrit. During these times, that the scrolls that were written in these particular languages. So, referring to the person, and that's where they were brought in, was of course from Europe. They referred to the person as just the color. It became seriously derogatory in the 1800s, where they just used it in a derogatory form. Now, the question is, here's the thing, and I see where red is. It's like it shouldn't be okay anyway. Okay, either it's never been okay, or it was always okay, and we made it not okay. And that's what I was trying to figure out. Was this never okay? This word was never okay to use? Or it was considered okay from the beginning until we made it not okay? Like the word gay. Gay meant happy and joyful, and we call that a person. But then somehow it became derogatory, where if you're gay, this is a bad thing. It's a bad thing to be happy and joyful. Most gay people are. They're pretty happy, dude. There's this saying, too, you never meet a broke gay person. It's like, well, I don't know. Anyways, going back to it, so I just was like, roots. And that's it. It's like, don't let my skin color fucking fool you. Don't let this American fucking birth certificate. I've been birthed in many times and in many cultures. My last time, I was full Celtic. But I'm made of the fucking universe, as are you. You know what I mean? So it's like ISIS, like skin. Skin. Do you know how many skins we've worn? How many times we've put on a suit, which is nothing more than a form? We've taken form. Not the best forms either. Just kidding. We spoke about ISIS last night and reincarnation. It's like, how can you not believe the stories? Jesus rose the dead. He rose them, and then, you know what I mean? That's why Christianity doesn't want you to burn your bodies, because they know it can be done. They want you to keep your bodies whole so that you may rise, or some bullshit. Some bullshit. Who wants to know? And that's why they think the souls are in... People still think the souls are in the bodies, in the dirt, that they have laid to rest. The point of this whole ceremony is to lay the body to rest, and the soul may be free. But yet you come back to the body to talk to the soul. Explain this to me. Your world makes no sense. It's fallen apart. It doesn't have any real substance to it. I just want you to be aware of that. And I'm taking you back to the foundations of, what it was before it became what the fuck it is now. So you look at the black peoples, and the black peoples, use that as a family word. My nigga, right? And then you got the black people that think that, oh, it's a N-word, right? It's just another N-word. First off, why are any of us, in the essence, it goes back to it. It's like, was it ever okay to call people just nothing more than black? So in essence, if we take away the word and just start replacing it, my black, my black, my black, that's my black, that's my black, that's my black. What's up, my black, my black, my black? That's what the word means, is black. So if you're just constantly calling each other black, and people outside is calling you black, and black, 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 maybe we need to work on this. Now, Martin Luther King wanted them to be proud of their black heritage. My Negro people, my black people. Okay? But listen to it. It doesn't make you feel good. It makes you feel good if it comes from the right person. But if you hear someone else say it, then it makes you feel bad. We can change time by something like this, by a few of us individually choosing to, first off, as I said, I was going to take this damn picture off and put it on my wall. I haven't got there yet. That was from last night. Hold on. We can educate them. We can educate them about where this word came from and why we choose to eliminate this word from our vocabulary. And we can eliminate a lot of pain by making choices in our own lives to stop saying it and educate those around us why not to use that word no more. We can change a lot of people and pain by just being a little bit more educated. And I said that to June this morning. I said, June, thank you for being you. Thank you for your authenticity and for you educating me so I could educate, 2,900 other fucking people about, equality. I am guided by the best, bro. They wanted change in their time, and they know that one life can change everyone's, and they know that I'm the one to do it. And then I'm going to reach you. I'm doing their works. We're going to make this work. We're going to make it a better place, but it starts with each and every one of us making choices, day-to-day choices to be better people. They're hard. It's self-discipline. It's self-sacrifice to, not be a selfish bitch. And bitch is gender fluid, bro. That does not mean a woman. That means you're on some bitch shit. Hey, hi. How are you feeling?
Tired.
Okay.
Are you saying N-word?
I know. We're talking about it because there was a whole good conversation about it of where it stemmed from. We're trying to eliminate that word from existence. Did you know that it's the Latin word for black? So they just called people black. They had no origins, no nothing. They were just colored from the beginning. They were just labeled as a color. And that's what, so when people call each other that, they're literally calling it back and forth black. If you get it,
Black people calling black.
Yes, yeah, that's what we're talking about. So, in essence, it can't be okay for some and not okay for others. You know what I mean? It's like practice or, do as I say, but not as I do. We need the black community to stand behind this as well. If we all just, consciously make a choice to not do things that we know are no longer serving us, bro. If the word keeps going, then the word keeps going, which means the pain keeps going. And anybody that wears that skin tone across the world is going to get hurt by that word. It's one word. We can stop saying it, just like God challenged me to stop saying the F word. Sorry. It's and you saw it's hard because it was part of my vocabulary. At first I never used it for, that type of person until I used it on my ex-husbands. It turned out to be that type of person. God makes us aware that we're fucking up. And he made me aware that we're fucking up. It wasn't fucked up when they wrote this, when they wrote the fucking word down in the dictionary. What we do with these words are fucked up. And as I say that, I'm looking at my King of Swords right there. It's like me and him are always in some trouble for our words. We're working through, and that was Horus, the god of air. I was loving that movie, loving the ideas of it. It really fucked up the story, but at least it shows the gods. I'm going to explain them. It's like we really have to be careful with our words. Our actions, yes, especially. But we don't really act all foolish. We really just be talking a lot of shit. And that should be painful. Can I tell you something cool? So, when I jumped on, Morgan told me the piece to the puzzle I didn't have last night. I told Morgan how this is so karma. I was like, what? I was like, because I told Red, I was like, you staff members aren't shit. You guys sit here talking about us and our struggles and all that shit. I was like, you not personally, but you were sitting there while these chicks were talking about some girl with her 9 kids and her fucking financial statement and all that, just having a cigarette, just sitting in the bullshit. don't be sitting in the bullshit, dude. God said not to fellowship with such shit. I was like, they had no right to be talking about nobody, right? So then Morgan tells me, she's like, who was the girl? I was like, I don't know, some chick with 9 kids. She's like, oh, Katie. Yeah, dude, Katie's doing good, bro. They moved her out of here. She's got a new fucking car and all this shit. I was like, they're just hating on Katie because Katie was doing good. She's like, yeah, I wish I would have been there. I would have talked so much shit. I was like, that's what happened to me that morning. She's like, no, that's who they were. I was like, yeah, bro. So anyways, the whole thing is like, karma is a motherfucker. And we become aware that we shouldn't be talking in such ways, bro. I realize it often. I realize that I'm not right. And I gotta get right. So... yeah, I don't know. Katie got 9 kids and she's struggling. She got out the struggle. That's good for Katie. You shouldn't be hating on a bitch. I was like, yeah, they were talking about all this crap because she didn't have no welfare. They're like, Katie maxed out her time, bro. She can't even be on welfare. I was like, oh. And so, it was none of their business, though. And that's what it gets. It's like, you guys just want to act like you're better than somebody. And yesterday I pulled out that demon. I was like, take the pockets. You do realize that all of this staff have to be just like us. They got 4 months to start a new life. They got 4 months to freaking find them a job. After they sit around judging us about how difficult it is for us to get our shit together. If not, they're going to be asked out. And it's like, that's some fucking karma. And, you know, I just wanted to remind you, because I said it yesterday, everybody's going to have that fall from grace into humility and be humbled towards each other. And changes must be made. And anytime we become aware that we could be better, as, you know, on a Friday with Kobe, we could be better. As I say that, I don't think Kobe used that word. We know Pac did. Pac, you're never helping with the conversation. You squeaky quiet today, huh, on some Pac shit. Yeah. But he wasn't here to teach us. But we're here now to teach the next generation. That's where it is. We didn't really have... it was anarchy. Let's just say it was anarchy. It's just been anarchy. We were, you know, our generation...
In Korean, to say black is name.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's the... yeah, that's what it is. And it's literally the definition of the color black. I looked it all up. I was doing all this research. So they're just calling people black. So then when people call them black, they even get upset. It's like, stop this. Just stop it. It's that fucking that fucking Dr. Phil moment. All right, fill me out here, Dr. Phil. We can do this. We can do this one by one. The ants go marching one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. We can do this. So I am pushing everyone to change history. What is it? One day at a time. This isn't no fucking curse jar. This is, I can do better each time I do it. And if you want to collect money on it, that's some stupid shit. That means you're just getting excited for every one of your failures. Oh, let me say it again and put $1 in the bucket. How about every time you don't say it, put $1 in the fucking bucket? You know what I mean? Because you overcame yourself and changed a habit. Really? Yeah. I mean, I don't say it that often. Okay, I kind of do. I do still say it. So I will eliminate it myself. And that just means that I'm part of this challenge too. Do you challenge me to a duel? Yeah, let's do this. Where'd it come from? I don't know. I would say Martin Luther King. He's here at the altar and he's teaching. Did you read this book? No, I think we should though. Why? Because we haven't... He's not just a day of the year, bro. He's a Holy Spirit, an energy of the black community that taught us equality. He was a standard of equality. Why would he not stand with Lilith for equality? Why would none of them not? No, they push me to stand up for all. Like, but you just called them white trash. Do you know what I called Allie? Come on, guys. One word at a time. Even Kobe's clapping to that one. Don't put too much on yourself. Don't put too much on me. We'll do this one little bitty step at a time. There's someone's like, what'd you call Ellie? Something you're not supposed to call Middle Eastern people. What? Gay? No, that wasn't the worst one. I called him gay too. You're gonna burn in hell. Bro, where do you think I came from? It's burning outside. Somebody call 911. It's hell on earth. Quit playing around. Told you all yesterday about hell and, the Hellions. That's why we have 35 years to get this right. Quit playing around, bro. It takes a lot of practice. We're never gonna be perfect, but just the idea that we can be better, says Kobe, is we're gonna do okay. We just got to do it. Just do it, like Nike. All right, so that was that, and that's funny. And you know what it says on the back? Lucky Star.
You got that phrase from a samurai telling some dude to just kill me, right? Just do it.
This is actually a school book, what they taught kids in school, and it was donated because they don't teach this shit no more in school. I want to read about this book, this page. I'm going to take this page out, and I'm going to put it at my altar. Why? Because why? Are you serious? Why not? On page 33, Ascending Masters, bro. One day, Martin heard a lecture by a teacher who had just come back from India. The people there had been ruled by England for many, many years. Motherfucking England. Motherfuckers talking crazy, saying I should quit. Shut up, Marshall. Come on, bro. You're not helping. All right. But in 1947, they were able to form a government of their own because of a man named Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi had led a successful revolution of his people without firing a shot. And I just want to point out, I got Joan of Arc over here that stopped the 100-Man war. We're gonna change the world, bro. Don't ask me. If you give her a gun right now, she's shooting. She's ready. She's ready to war. She's a warring. Like, I couldn't wear that. I'm supposed to be, loving this time. But she is the warring, spirit of Lilith, bro. Like, what the fuck happened to that little girl? She's not very girly. Dude, she ran the man's war. Led by the Holy Spirit. Oh my God. And she is here. What do you think she's here for? Fucking World War III, baby! Royce, if you don't man up and grab your sword, I cannot believe you are such a weak piece of flesh in this life. You might as well wear a dress. What the fuck did God do to you? Karma's a bitch. Alright, moving on. I'm just saying. That's why she's always ready to shave her head and fucking beat up people. She's something about Germany, dude. She's going for the Germans, bro. She's doing something over there. Her destiny aligns with the Germans. I don't know if she's going to be the next Nazi or what. She is destined for great shit. Alright, for he too, like Theoru, believed that not obeying unjust laws. That's me. I don't obey unjust laws. And being willing to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. Ew. Please don't make me. I was like, damn it. He locks up all of us, bro. There is not a preacher. This is Reverend Martin Luther King that, they bombed his house and shit. Like, you don't go to jail or have a death threat and they lose your family and friends and all your belongings not, doing this type of work. And then we got Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Jesus, Mother Mary. Dude, that's so fucking lame to me. How are you going to have her pregnant in the fucking desert? I mean, going back to ISIS, yeah, but, we were shady and stuff. I'm just saying, this is bullshit. How they do the chosen ones. Anyways, but he also believed in one more thing. Gandhi believed that no matter what you did to protest wrong, whether it was a strike or a boycott or a march or a demonstration, you must never use violence. I'll fuck you up. I'm just kidding. Damn, they're really triggering us. And with all my men, it's like, what do you mean I'm not supposed to fuck this dude up? Don't fuck him up, bro. It's hard. Try not to. I told you not to go there. I mean, it's going to take some practice for some of you. Some of you use might instead of your words. You use your hands instead of your words. Why? Well, I just want to point out your hands are connected to your throat chakra, so you're just not channeling the energy properly. And the way that you throw your fist should be a clear example of how you could throw your words. Fire, like me and Marshall. Somebody call 911. realistically, when you go to the gym and you start, you know what I mean, just throwing fists and shit like that, you're blowing out a whole lot of energy. In each of those fists is a thought or a word unspoken. Like, wow. Yeah, I'm not really the Buddhist. He knows how to channel energy through physical force. He can channel all through his chakras. He can channel it. I channel it through my voice and through the outside. I'm a priestess. I'm a manifestor. I do it all there. He does it within himself, and he can use himself as a weapon. I use myself as a weapon, but I use the voice of creation to, weaponize all this shit. Anyways, no violence. And that's what it is, too, to be Christ-like, dude. It's like, nah, you can't fight back. Really? Nah, dude, that bitch slapped me across the face. I was ready to... I saw what I could do, but I didn't. What'd you see? I saw myself grabbing her by the head and putting it straight into the ashtray. And then while I had her, I was going to roll that bitch, open the door, and I had her hanging halfway through the door, and I was going to beat the shit out of that bitch. Do you have a violent side? Probably, considering the fact that I have endured so much violence in my life without expressing it, probably, but it's, it's safe and dormant. That's why I want to, use a sword and use it for something cool. I'm not really out to hurt nobody. I don't know, or animals or anything, but there is an aggressive side to every being and how they use it. So that's where I exert all of my force, all that masculine energy into like day-to-day shit where I be doing shit like most chicks don't be doing. Like, let me go clean the car and let me go do all this weird shit. And then if I'm full of too much, I'll go hike. I'll run the woods, like a fucking wolf. Like, let me...
You'll walk.
Okay. Damn, she's so mean, right? Like, fuck. You're so not Christ-like. Dude, you think I burn you? Should be burning me, bro. Like, somebody call 911. Whether the strike... Alright, he called this non-violent resistance or love force. Listen to this. He called this non-violent resistance or love force. I want to touch your hearts, Gandhi said to his enemies. Only then will you change. Non-violence, a revolution based on love, not hate. These ideas stirred Martin deeply, but he had no idea that one day a revolution based on love and non-violent resistance could change his life and the lives of millions of others as well. Isn't it great to live, you know what I mean, to relive their lives? They were just people, bro. Then their lives they made sure that their lives meant so much. Now again, you're just one person. And everybody had to do their due diligence before they could step into that position of, I wouldn't say authority or power, but of, freedom. When you step into freedom, real freedom, you search for freedoms of others too. And that's where it comes, that coming to Christ moment, that spiritual moment, that aha moment. It's like, I've figured out a way to find peace and love in my life, and I want to teach others how to find peace and love, to find a better way of life. I'm just staring at him. I was really glad. I was really glad to just get this. There's a lot of great pictures in here too, in his story. We'll talk about it. But yeah, he started a movement, and that's what we're trying to do, is change things, move things. Shift, they're called paradigm shifts. Move time, move people with love, not hate. A lot of the Black Panther movement was more about, we're going to take care of our own, and we're going to protect our own, and we're going to, it became like, it's kind of arsenalized, if you will. The idea was arsenalized later, but it wasn't supposed to be that. Because there was white people that were welcome to be part of it. That supported the movement. Maybe not those two. I'm not sure what those two are. I'm just saying, though, Mr. Plum tells me this story. He was in Texas schools, high schools and shit during the integration, and he would see how they would treat them. He watched them walk in. And I asked him how they felt. They had never seen these people, But he came from a home that was very open to them. And he would pick them up off the road and bring them in. So he came from one of the very few homes in Texas that serviced, all communities and stuff like that. So Mr. Plum himself, he moved to Hugo, Oklahoma. and he became a teacher at a low income, or a low income neighborhood, and he taught all the black communities that live in southern Oklahoma, generation after generation after generation. The white women weren't even that, he'd tell me their stories. They didn't treat them with such respect. The men and women and children had a lot of respect for Mr. Plum. One, because he was taught to have respect for them, so he taught their children with respect. And that changed them as they grew up. Not everyone showed them that respect. So he walks around the town like this. People see him, and it's Mr. Plum, Mr. Plum, because he left an impression on them when they were children. He taught all children with respect. He didn't see them differently individually by their color. And that's where he had the Choctaw kids, and he had the local kids, and then he had, you know what I mean? And he does still use those words. He doesn't use the N-word, but he will say the blacks.
He did say the N-word once.
Did you hear him say it once?
Yeah, we were right.
He was probably telling us a story.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't, about someone else using that word, because he doesn't use it. But they really say that, the black neighborhoods, and I tried to explain that. They literally are segregated to specific neighborhoods. He goes to a Church of Christ, but the black people on the other side of the train tracks have their own Church of Christ. You know what I mean? Will the members cross over? I don't know. And it's real strange and shit like that still in the South. And it's just because they fear them. They fear them. Mr. Plum would talk to me about, the possibility that they were going to move me into the black neighborhood. There's all these scary stories about going in there and never coming out. I'm like, Mr. Plum, come on now. They're not in there killing white people. That's not even real. It's called Circle G. It's a circle. And they're like, there's a saying, if a white man goes in there, he doesn't come back out. So, Mr. Plum, quit playing around. But he's heard that said for, whenever. And it probably was true at some point. And they keep these stories going, like La Llorona, that these people, they fear the people in their own communities. I told Mr. Plum if anything ever went down to go to the black people, they'd protect him. You raise them. They would protect you. It's like the last thing you want is to be against them. You raise their children, they love you. You would be safe there. Realistically, because if there was a war between the blacks and the whites, you don't want to be labeled as a racist white person. You know what I mean? In the essence, are you? Are you proud to be that person that thinks you're better than our people? There are people, bro. It's not like they're outside people. They've been here since, again, the 1600s. When did you get here? When were you born? Oh, okay. Okay. Can you date your family tree to prove that you were here before they were? We're playing around. We're all people. All our peoples are here. And they all came to America to have, you know what I mean? To be people. Because they weren't accepted as great as, their countries didn't honor them as people. So they came here to be honored as people of all the colors of the rainbow, bro. All the tribes of Israel, all the ancestors' children and seeds. And now look at how we're still here, just discriminating against the ancestors. You have to go to other countries. Like, Canadians don't get to see all the cultures. They can't go to New York and see all the cultures. They can't go to California. They can't go to Florida, see all the cultures of the world, all the colors of the world. Do you know all the amazing cultures that are in those particular states I just listed? Why those states? Because those are our harbor states. Those are our border states where they come in from. Canadians have to go to these countries to see these people, unless these people come into their country as a foreigner. All the foreign countries of the world live here in America. In little crevices, in little towns, in little communities, Chinatown, and this and that, and this and that, Greenwich Village, and you know what I mean? The west side, this side. All these little checker pieces of beautiful, all of the world lives here in America. The cultures. I met a guy that was Czechoslovakian. I was like, wow. I was never expecting it. Someone that tells me that, they came from Poland, or somebody that tells me that they, it's like, wow, how long have you been here? Like, I'm so grateful for you to bring your culture here and teach somebody and, something. Bring us the outside world to this world and make this world, like yours. And that's what's so goofy about it is everybody's like, oh, we don't like the change. These people moved into the neighborhood and now everything's changing. Change is beautiful. They're bringing the outside world to our world so we don't have to travel. We don't have to leave home to experience the world. It's fun. Here in Colorado, you drive down Federal. Everybody knows. Go hit Federal. You're going to hit all the cultures, bro. The Vietnamese, the freaking, all of the Asian cultures. You're going to hit all of the Latin cultures. Unfortunately, all of our black cultures and some of, most of them have been pushed out to the east, but you'll still catch it. And that's where it is to catch the cultures, you got to go to where it's culturized. But the ultimate story is I've been through 28 states in Mexico. There's culture everywhere in America, and that's what makes it so great. Down to where are you going to eat today, mofos? You going to eat you a hamburger like a basic American? You going to have your American hamburger? Or are you going to have Italian pizza? Are you going to have Asian food? Are you going to have Moroccan food? Are you going to have vegan food from freaking India? Bro, we have everything. What type of music are you going to listen to? What color of person and nature of a person do you get to spend your night with? All of the world is here in America. It's beautiful. But how we treat them all is not so beautiful. We come from, and that's why it's so important to, you think you know, but you have no idea. You're made up of 4 DNA that you might know, which your dad's made up of 2, and your mom's made up of 2. But those 2 are made up of 4 more. You are made up of so much culture, and you don't even know it. The very people you persecute, their blood runs through your bones, along with the universe. We are a rich culture. And that's the multicultural love that's traveled across all freaking borders. You can't love this person. We don't love people like that. Bro, love has broken all means. And that's what we need to do. We need to love again. This is a good story. I haven't had any lunch. I woke up my daughter. I was kind of being a jerk off. Again, I do need to teach you. Today I want to teach you about ancient Egypt and what our roles are. We will go back into the Greek gods too and teach you. What was it? He wanted you to have a God that for everyone. He wanted everyone to have someone like them. So, if you're a raging, warring, you know what I mean, you've got your badge of honor, then you're an Aries, the god of war. Or a Morgan, the goddess of war. Being destructive. You could be a Shiva, the god of destruction. Or, in your feminine, Kali, the goddess of destruction. He gave all people a piece of him that they could identify with. They wanted to make sure that everyone had a piece of God that looked and felt like them. So there was many gods and goddesses until there was one. Why him? Because he was a collection of all of us in one. God put most of himself, like myself, Lilith, as the female archetype of goddess. And that's where, the perfect balance of the ascending masters is. Buddha was a goddess, meaning all loving and kind and nurturing. But an emperor in the sense of, action taking, and a god. He knew he had to do. Mother Cabrini was a goddess, all loving and nurturing and caring for the children. But she was a god in the fact that she fucking took her little mule and her 2 kids and ran across the Andes. And she built this city on rock and roll. Sounds funny because she built her city on the top of It's called Mother Cabrini's Shrine, on the top of rocks, on the top of a mountain. We built this city on rock and road. Get it? It was Rocky Road. That's what I heard. Sorry, too much. Going back to Marilyn. Marilyn was a goddess, but she took all kinds of action. She did things. She had jobs. She ruled men. She was a god and goddess, right? So that's what it was. That's where Jesus taught us all love and compassion, forgiveness, because all the gods taught you, and that's what that movie should have taught you, is you had to buy your way into the kingdom. You had to earn your way into the kingdom before he came. And the New Testament, the new test to be had to get into the everlasting life was what? Kindness, compassion, understanding, and forgiveness, along with the 10 rules that everyone always says. Don't be out here lying and cheating and killing and fucking other people over and always wanting what other people have and stealing from people. And you know what a bad move is. I don't need to say a bad person. You know what bad moves are. Oh, that was a shitty move. Did you just cut that person off? Why are you flipping them off? Why are you being a jerk? Why are you being mean to people? You're being a kid out here. You're being mean to people. Why are you screaming at them because they didn't hit the gas far enough? Do you not look down? Are you staring directly at the light every time you get to the light? Do you ever blink? Stop taking shit out on people. Be kind. No, but you don't know what they did. I know. Who cares? It's not about how people treat you. It's about how you treat people. Kindness is something we give off. And when you give it off, you get it back. Nobody's going to be kind to you until you change the kind of person you are. It's not easy, bro. You hear me? I'm a total ass cunt. I will cunt you up. That was a good one. I love myself. But that's what we're trying to do. What? Be Christ-like, dude. Stop reading about it and do it. I have a dream. We have a dream this can happen. It's going to happen, bro. It's just a free will choice. Know better, do better. You can't be like, oh, I didn't know. Yeah, the fuck you know. You fucking knew this is some stupid shit to be doing at fucking 10 o'clock last night. Do better. Just do better. That's all fucking Kobe is all over my ass about. Do better, bro. Don't say you're gonna be better. Do better, bro. Don't say I'm trying. Do it. Do better. Okay? Okay, that was a good one. And there's lots more to come. I love you guys. And, yeah, I was black as night. I come from darkness. I come from darkness. So it's like inevitability, like all this whitewashing that's going on around here. Why? Well, who ran the fucking books? Oh, is it Europeans again? The English are coming? The English. Do you ever notice that why we don't know anybody else's language? They have forced the English language on every other culture. Like, you can go to any country and they know English. You'll find someone that knows English. They force them to know their tongue. And some of them speak it so much better than us. How's your Latin? Ha! Let's not use that word no more. Just saying. I'm just saying. All of that's bullshit, dude. We all came from... It wasn't just Jerusalem, but we all came from there. The dirt of there. And then we spread out. But the garden was always there. In the dirt. And that's where it got all sour and shit. And it's like, where's the garden now? It's just dirt. All I see is Egyptian dirt. It's the dirt farmers over there now. Is that inappropriate? I apologize. This didn't sound right when I was referring to a specific location on the planet. Damn. See? Must be better. Hey, welcome to Friday, where we have to face harsh truths and make choices to be better people, which in essence is going to result in us cutting out other people and things about our life. When you start this revolution inside of yourself of, I'm not going to tolerate anybody saying that word, and I'm not going to say that word no more, that's going to eliminate a lot of bullshit. And it's going to hurt because you have to stand on your fucking business. It's like, nah, this is my new code of ethic. I'm writing the new code right here. This is a new code of ethic. When you are around me, you do not say that word. If I hear it, I'm going to ask you to leave. That forces them to change, okay, to start around you. But they are going to take that change, hopefully, somewhere else. Every time they say it later, they'll remember you said that's not cool. And who are you? Someone they care about, bro. They care about what you think. And they care about how you're making changes, and they want to be like you. I want to be like Mike. I love y'all. All right, I'll catch up with you after lunch, and we're going to learn some herbals. Roll one up for this one. Hey, I'll talk to you soon. Laters.